I will be sharing with you the moment Anthony Joshua visited the family of his deceased friends the moment he landed in the UK after the ghastly motor accident that claimed the lives of his two friends Lats and Sina. It was a somber moment that nobody saw it coming. The next clip shows the bodies arrived at Central Mosque in London Baker Street, and there were tons of people still in shock and mourning and paying their final respect as the funeral cortege went slowly on the street. The mosque was pretty packed with mourners, families, friends, associates and the general public who never met these two men in life, but felt they needed to be there, and it shone a deep sense of loss in the community. They were finally laid to rest at Hendon West London Cemetery, and it is evident that both men were loved by the droves of people in the cemetery even in the dead of the winter. The 47-year-old driver by name Adeniyi Kayode has been formally charged with 3 counts traffic offences, and he's on bail to return to Ogun State, where the accident occurred on the 20th of January 2026. The offences were driving without a valid driver's license, driving recklessly by causing deaths, driving without due care, and reckless and negligent driving. Let us analyse the offences. Driving without a valid driver's license. My take on this is, where are the law enforcement agencies? Because it's their responsibility to ensure that the public is safe, and bearing in mind that laws are there to be broken, and this is the general human behavior, is to test waters. And it was claimed that the driver had been driving AJ for the last 3 years. And who are the people who hired him and endangering AJ's life for the last 3 years? The driver claimed that the tire bursted, causing him to lose control of the vehicle. My question is, how can the driver be blamed when the government had failed its duty to ensure that the highway are safe to users of the road? The truck was parked on the hard shoulder, and is it legal and safe for such a vehicle to be left unattended to? In a normal society that is ruled by a responsible government, the hard shoulder is only for emergency purposes, but in Nigeria trucks are routinely parked on both sides of the motorway, and without any consequences to the offending drivers, and in fact they use the hard shoulder for taking rest, which could amount to days, causing unnecessary disruption and danger to human lives. The offence of reckless driving without any due diligence. My question is, how can they prove that in the absence of speed cameras, speed signs, and were the road safety enforcement agencies present at the scene to assess and measure the tire tracking? And how can a driver control the vehicle if the tire indeed bursted? So many people have been emotional about blaming the government, but the truth is that it was a joint responsibility, and the government should accept that they are in the wrong as well. Governor Dapo Abiodun should answer why there are no ambulance services and hospital services in such a busy road in his state, instead of making a scapegoat out of the unfortunate driver who sat on the wheel of the car on that faithful day, the 29th of December 2025, where 2 people's lives ended unnecessarily, and that could have been averted if the necessary infrastructure had been provided by the state. There was another theory that asserted that AJ switched seats minutes before the crash, and we should wait for AJ's side of the story, and none of them should have had to be squeezed out of life, and we continually pray for the lives of the deceased to rest in peace. What do you think about the analysis? Share your thoughts in the comments section, and until I come your way, stay safe. Share, comment and subscribe to the channel with a thumb up, and let us know where you're watching from.